Hey, how are you? Today, I want to chat about a take I have, possibly a hot take even. You've probably heard the suggestion somewhere that you should change your phone, computer, or tablet into your target language. I recommend that you do not do this. I think it's a bad idea. Changing your device over to your target language isn't just a waste of time, but I'm going to argue that it's actually harmful. Allow me to explain.
I'll allow it.
The first, more tame reason is that it's a waste of your precious time. The words you learn from changing your phone aren't useful. They're words like notification, keyboard settings, and control center. I don't know about you, but I don't use those words in day-to-day conversation. You can learn all those words anyways just by watching some tech YouTube videos or doing a little bit of vocab study. Plus, many of the words are going to be cognates with English anyways in a lot of languages. And almost everyone navigates their phone by memory anyways, so you're probably not even paying attention to them. Secondly, changing your device language doesn't just change all of your apps, because many don't have translations. So using your phone normally will break that already weak immersion. Having your home screen in German isn't that helpful if all of your apps are still in English. But those are just why I think it's a waste of time. However, changing your device language can also be harmful. First off, it's frustrating. Trying to figure out your phone's settings in your native language is a challenge in itself. Now imagine how annoying and frustrating it would be to navigate those settings in a foreign language. The last thing you want to do is associate those sorts of feelings with your target language. You don't want problems in your fun language. And following up on that, you can't really troubleshoot. Unless everyone around you also has their phone in that language, it will be more difficult and frustrating to help them or receive help. If your mom calls you and asks you to help her change the Apple ID associated with the App Store, you'll have a lot harder of a time helping. You need to go off memory and on what things are called, rather than being able to just open your own device and walk her through things. Tech support is already frustrating enough, don't make it any worse. And another smaller issue, but you often can't share things. If you share things with people, the default setting might take your preferred language. This is a pretty uncommon issue, but it happens when you least expect it, which makes it even more annoying. For example, I was on a trip with a German friend and we wanted to use an app to keep track of costs and split things. His invite was in German, which also made the default language of the app and email notifications in German as well. We dodged a bullet since we were a super small group and I have some experience with German, but if he'd had his phone in Chinese and we were a group of 5 or more people, it just ended up being annoying. And it's even worse if you set a work device in a different language than you work in. I frequently need to record things for coworkers or clients to make the explaining process easier, but it'd be way harder with my device in another random language. This is the caveat though, if you work in your target language, you probably should have your computer in that language. And the final point here is that it can be unsafe in an emergency. If there's an emergency and you or someone else is panicking, your ability in all languages will go down. Or maybe somebody has to use your own device. And if you ever need to Google how to do the Heimlich maneuver, you don't want your default search results to be in a language that you're not 100% proficient in. When I brought up this topic to Bree, she wanted to add this reason because it's actually based on a true story. Everything ended up fine though, don't worry. The intention behind changing a device language is great. Wanting to spend more time with your language is fantastic. But I don't think that changing your device's language is the way to go about it. So here are a few alternatives that I think are actually useful, or at the very least fun. First, change the language of individual apps or games. I loved playing Super Auto Pets in Spanish. It's not really immersion time, but I get to see the names of cute little animals that I probably wouldn't learn otherwise. Where else would you learn that peacock in Spanish is just royal turkey? Also, try to learn new things in your target language. Next time you go to learn something new, whether it's a hobby or just reminding yourself how to jump a car, look it up in your target language. It might take an extra minute or two to figure out what to search, but once you find it, it's a very powerful learning experience, both for the skill and the language. Something that's available to try in most languages are cooking videos. Try out some recipes that are popular in a country that uses your target language. And finally, convert other things to immersion. If you spend time scrolling social media or watching live streams or reading books, try transferring that time to your target language. Making this swap is significantly harder than simply changing your device's language, but once you're used to it and it becomes fun, you won't be able to stop yourself from learning. Anyway, that's my language learning hot take. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Is it actually not a hot take? I'm curious what you think. Leave me a comment about what your language learning hot take might be, and maybe try out some of the tips I gave. But that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and come back soon for the next video. I'll see you then. Happy immersing. Hey, as you know, there's a lot of language learning advice out there, which can make it kind of overwhelming and difficult to actually get going on your own learning. If you feel like you're struggling to figure out language learning, you're not alone. It's an extremely complicated process with tons of different steps. If you're looking for a step-by-step guide to create the perfect language learning routine for you, then you have to check out our new course. We spent thousands of hours designing a simple and straightforward process that you can use to create your own personalized language routine that actually works. We understand that every learner is different and that you have to roll with the punches and adapt. Every day for 30 days, I walk you through everything you need to know to build an effective learning routine, no matter your circumstances. We give you the advice and resources you need to ensure your success, so you don't have to waste time looking for stuff to do and can focus on learning. And if any questions do come up, don't worry. We are always there to answer any questions and clear up confusion. And it's all backed by our 90-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If, for whatever reason, something's not quite working for you, we insist you get every penny back. It's time for you to stop wishing that you could learn a second language. It's time to become the master of your language learning journey. Check out the link below to get instant access and start your journey today.